When you think of trucking giants, the real heavyweights that keep goods flowing across the world, your mind probably jumps to places like the United States, Germany, or Japan. But hidden in the quiet north of Europe is a country that changed the game in its own steady, determined way. That country is Sweden. It's a land of snow-covered forests, twisting mountain roads, and winters that seem to stretch forever. Not the easiest place to build reliable transport, but maybe that's exactly why they did. Out of that tough environment came two of the most trusted, most respected truck names on the planet: Volvo and Scania. These are not just trucks. For generations, they've been a part of the backbone of global industry, built to survive, to perform, and to keep moving when the roads get tough. From transporting timber through frozen forests to carrying cargo across continents, Swedish trucks earned a reputation for strength, precision, and quiet endurance. In today's video, we're exploring how all that began, how Sweden turned its rugged landscapes and engineering know-how into global trucking dominance. We'll look at the rise of Volvo, the evolution of Scania, and how both brands are shaping the future of transport. Before we hit the road, take a second to like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into trucking history, and tell us your favorite truck brand in the comments. Are you Team Volvo or Team Scania? Or do you have another legend in mind? We'd love to hear your story. What does it take for a nation to rise from the icy parts of Europe and become a leader in global transport? The answer begins deep within Sweden's forests and mines, where the foundation for its trucking legacy was quietly taking shape. At the dawn of the 20th century, Sweden was defined by its geography. Tall pine forests covered wild areas of land, and beneath the soil lay rich mineral reserves that fueled its early industries. Logging and mining quickly became the backbone of the Swedish economy, but prosperity was not guaranteed. These industries faced one of the toughest logistical challenges imaginable, like moving heavy goods across dangerous lands, through endless forests, over snow-covered hills, and frozen roads. There were no highways crossing through northern Sweden during those years, no paved motorways or modern logistics hubs. Transport was a constant battle against the elements, where snowdrifts, ice, and remote locations made every journey a test of strength and endurance. But with every challenge comes opportunity, and Sweden's harsh environment demanded a new kind of vehicle, one built for survival, reliability, and unrelenting performance. That need sparked the beginning of two of the most respected names in the trucking world. In 1891, Scania was founded, originally producing railway carriages. But as Sweden's industries expanded beyond the reach of railways, Scania recognized the rising need for tough, capable road transport. They saw that progress depended not only on moving people, but on moving heavy materials through landscapes where rail lines could never reach. Then in 1927, another titan emerged from the coastal city of Gothenburg. Volvo, whose name comes from the Latin phrase meaning "I roll," entered the scene with a bold vision. They were not simply building trucks. They were building machines that could withstand the harshest conditions and keep industries moving forward. The name itself reflected their purpose: to set things in motion and never stop rolling. But make no mistake, these were not ordinary trucks leaving the production line. From the very beginning, Swedish manufacturers were engineering vehicles capable of surviving the most unforgiving environments on Earth. Ice-glazed roads, sub-zero temperatures, and rugged off-road conditions were their proving ground. Every design choice, every mechanical detail was born from necessity. Trucks had to be built not only to last, but to endure extremes that would cripple lesser machines. And looking back at those early models today, they might appear modest beside the technological giants dominating today's highways. But beneath their simple frames and engines was the DNA of resilience. These pioneering machines were the first chapter in a story that would see Swedish trucks evolve from rugged workhorses into symbols of reliability, engineering precision, and global transport leadership. It was here, against the backdrop of snow, steel, and determination, that Sweden's trucking revolution began. Meanwhile, after World War II, the world found itself rebuilding on every front. Industries were reimagined, cities expanded, and the need to move goods and materials grew at a staggering pace. In Sweden, this post-war boom ignited a transport revolution. Roads stretched deeper into the countryside, connecting once remote regions. New towns and industries sprang into life, and with them came an urgent demand for trucks that could meet the challenges of a fast-changing world. For Swedish truck makers like Volvo and Scania, Raw strength was no longer enough. The industry was evolving and efficiency quickly became the next frontier. Long hauls, rising fuel costs, and the need for dependable performance meant that innovation had to shift gears. Sweden's engineers responded by refining the heart of the truck, the engine. Both Volvo and Scania invested heavily in perfecting high-torque diesel engines. These powertrains delivered the strength needed to transport heavy fuels, but with far better fuel economy than their predecessors. It was a winning combination that kept transport costs low without sacrificing performance. And diesel technology became one of Sweden's greatest contributions to the global trucking industry, offering both strength and smart efficiency. But technical advancements were only part of the story. Life behind the wheel was also changing. For years, truck cabs have been cold, noisy, and bare, offering little comfort to the drivers spending endless hours on the road. Sweden set out to change that reality. Volvo and Scania turned their attention to the driver's experience. They introduced improvements to suspension systems, softening the punishing vibrations of rough roads. Noise insulation made cabins quieter, and ergonomic designs once turned cramped interiors into more comfortable, functional workspaces. It was a shift in thinking that placed the well-being of drivers at the center of a truck design. This new approach redefined what a working truck could be. It was no longer just a tool for moving cargo. It became a mobile workspace, built to support those who kept the wheels of the economy turning. Sweden's commitment to efficiency, comfort, and human-focused engineering set the stage for a new era of trucking, one where progress meant more than just horsepower. As the global economy evolved, trucking needs became more complex and demanding. Different industries required different tools, and the old one-size-fits-all approach was no longer enough. Sweden understood this shift and responded with a bold, forward-thinking strategy rooted in specialization. Both Volvo and Scania expanded their lineups, offering trucks designed with specific tasks in mind. For long-distance hauls that stretched across countries, they engineered trucks built for endurance, comfort, and fuel efficiency. These trucks could cover endless highway miles with minimal strain on the driver, ensuring reliable performance over long distances. For tougher environments like construction sites, Sweden produced rugged, heavy-duty trucks capable of handling dirt, gravel, and unpredictable environments. These machines were designed to withstand harsh conditions, carrying heavy loads while navigating uneven ground without compromising stability or safety. In the heart of busy cities, Volvo and Scania developed compact, agile delivery trucks built to weave through traffic and access tight spaces. These vehicles kept urban supply chains running efficiently, meeting the growing demand for fast, reliable deliveries in crowded streets. But this evolution in design was more about than just offering different models. Swedish manufacturers placed the driver at the center of every innovation. Inside the cab, everything was engineered for comfort, safety, and ease of use. Seat positions were adjustable to reduce strain. Visibility was maximized to improve awareness and prevent accidents. Even the placement of switches and controls was carefully considered to ensure drivers could operate the vehicle with minimal distraction or fatigue. This focus on ergonomics set Swedish trucks apart. Drivers spent long hours behind the wheel, and Sweden recognized that keeping them comfortable, alert, and safe was essential to the success of the industry. Sweden's vision extended beyond immediate performance needs, long before global governments introduced strict environmental regulations. Both Volvo and Scania were already investing in greener technologies. They explored emission reduction systems and fuel-saving solutions with a level of commitment that reflected not only regulatory awareness, but genuine environmental responsibility. Their early adoption of cleaner engines and sustainable practices showed that innovation was not just about profit or compliance. It was about protecting the environment while building reliable, high-performance vehicles. This philosophy positioned Swedish manufacturers as pioneers, blending technological progress with environmental foresight in the ways the rest of the world would follow later. By the 21st century, Swedish trucks were no longer confined to the icy forests and mountain passes of Scandinavia. They were making their presence known on highways, construction sites, and city streets across the globe. Volvo and Scania had grown into symbols of durability, innovation, and reliability, earning respect from drivers and fleet operators worldwide. Volvo's iconic FH series redefined what long-haul trucking could be. These trucks were engineered with aerodynamic designs that improved fuel efficiency, while the high-comfort cabins turned long hours on the road into a more manageable experience for drivers. The FH series combined performance with driver-focused details, setting new standards for the industry. Scania took a different approach with its modular system. This design philosophy allowed unmatched levels of customization. Whether operating in the crowded streets of Sao Paulo, the vast highways of Australia, or the challenging routes of Europe, Scania offered configurations to meet the unique demands of fleets everywhere. This flexibility helped Scania trucks perform efficiently in environments as diverse as the cities of Asia to the remote mining regions of Africa. But Sweden's ambition did not stop with conventional success. Today, the country is leading the charge in next-generation transport technology. Autonomous trucks are becoming a reality, navigating highways with precision, while platooning technology enables convoys of vehicles to travel closely together, reducing wind resistance and cutting fuel consumption. And real-time connected systems now monitor vehicle performance around the clock, enhancing efficiency and safety like never before. The industry is also experiencing a quiet revolution in electric mobility. Volvo's electric truck lineup, including models like the FE Electric and FM Electric, is already reshaping urban freight transport. These vehicles deliver reduced emissions and lower noise levels, making them ideal for cities pushing for greener, more sustainable transport solutions. Scania is making significant strides with its battery electric trucks as well. These vehicles prove that even heavy-duty transport can transition to electric power without compromising strength or reliability. Scania's electric trucks are being put to work in real-world conditions, showing that sustainability and performance can go hand in hand. Sweden is not simply reacting to change, it is actively shaping the future of trucking through advanced technology, environmental leadership, and a commitment to driver comfort and safety. Swedish manufacturers continue to set the pace for the global transport industry. Today, a Swedish truck represents far more than just machinery on wheels. It has become a global symbol of trust, endurance, and engineering precision. Whether driving on snowy forest roads in Lapland or carrying goods across the hot highways of Australia, Swedish trucks are known for being reliable like few others. Drivers, fleet owners, and industry experts alike recognize these machines for their ability to deliver, mile after mile, often under the harshest conditions. But the legacy of Swedish trucking is not confined to steel, engines, and the mechanical performance. It reaches into areas that have reshaped the entire transport industry. Sweden's manufacturers have been at the forefront of global emission standards, pushing for cleaner, more fuel-efficient vehicles long before environmental regulations became widespread. Their innovations in vehicle safety have saved countless lives, setting new benchmarks for driver protection, accident prevention, and road safety worldwide. Efficiency has also been a cornerstone of Sweden's contribution to global transport. By engineering vehicles that are adaptable, reliable, and fuel-efficient, Volvo and Scania have helped businesses reduce costs while improving logistics performance. Their trucks have become integral to supply chains in every corner of the world, from Europe and North America to South America, Asia, and beyond. Looking to the future, though, Sweden shows no signs of slowing down. Hydrogen-powered trucks are no longer a distant concept. Swedish manufacturers are investing heavily in this technology, recognizing its potential to revolutionize heavy transport with zero emissions. At the same time, the push towards full vehicle automation is gaining momentum. Advances in autonomous driving technology are bringing the vision of self-driving trucks closer to reality, promising improvements in efficiency, safety, and round-the-clock operations. Whatever challenges and innovations lie ahead, Swedish manufacturers are set to lead, just as they have for over a century. And their legacy is not only defined by past achievements, but their ongoing commitment to shaping the future of global transport. With every new advancement, from electric trucks to hydrogen engines and automated systems, Sweden continues to set the standard for sustainable, reliable, and forward-thinking trucking solutions. But one thing is clear: from icy forest roads to major highways across the world, Sweden's trucking giants have built a lasting legacy of strength, precision, and innovation. Whether it's Volvo's reputation for sleek design and cutting-edge technology, or Scania's proud history of rugged performance and reliability, Swedish trucks continue to set the standard for the transport industry. As the future brings electric trucks, automation, and new technology, one thing is certain: Sweden remains at the forefront of global transport. So, what about you? Are you Team Volvo or Team Scania? Share your favorite truck brand or best trucking memory in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. If you enjoyed this look at Sweden's trucking legacy, do not forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more deep dives into the world of transport and engineering. Thanks for watching.